Hey everyone, Colbert here. Welcome to another Racial Legends video. Guys, in this one, we'll be going over one of the most wanted sets in the game, and that's going to be the Relentless set. So the Relentless set, guys, is one of the only sets available through tournaments only. There hasn't been a case where the Relentless set was given from a dungeon so far at the state of the game being November 2020. Hopefully in the near future with the revamp of the artifact sets, maybe we can get artifacts like the Relentless said, drop in the dungeons more often. Before we get to the video, you guys know that I'm doing a giveaway for a whale account by the end of the month. Every single day, I draw from the previous day's video one ticket winner, and all the tickets winners at the end of the month will be competing for that whale account, which has like double hegemon, double tranda. It's just amazing. So very quickly, let's go over to the YouTube video. This was yesterday's YouTube video all about Septimus. So let's copy that video URL. We've got 482 comments. Thanks a lot to everyone who subscribed so far. What we do is we go to the YouTube comment picker. Everybody who subscribes and also places down in the comments below the word that was in the previous video. I said put down the word Septimus in the video, and everybody put it in there. So hopefully we'll have a ton of entries. Let's get the YouTube comments. And we got 457 unique comments. Guys, for today's video, the word is Relentless. Put it down below to enter to the contest. And of course, subscribe if you haven't already in order to be eligible. So Irvine Xemali actually won this, guys. So congrats to him. He's going to be placed in the account giveaway. He's got the ticket. Here are the winners so far and the links to every single video that is drawn so far. And you can see, guys, so many more videos to come by the end of the month. So you still have a chance to win. Let's get on with the video. So guys, as I said in the intro, the Relentless set is one of the only sets available through tournaments so far, specifically only through tournaments. We usually only had it through daily logins, and I think we didn't have it during the battle pass, but yeah, this is the most frequent places that you're gonna find the Relentless set, and you got to compete with another 100 members to get this. It's extremely hard to get, but it's definitely worth it. So here we have the Spider Tournament that's gonna finish in about 12 hours. And I'm competing with another 3 guys at least here for the top place. The top place usually gets the 6 stars. The second place gets 5 stars, 6 items, and then they get rares of 5 stars at a 4 quantity. So it's best for you to get first place. If you can, go for second place. Those Relentless sets do make a difference and are helpful, especially in the dungeons. In faction wars, I found them extremely helpful just everywhere. I'm gonna explain to you why and which champions are best to have those sets on. So yeah, hopefully I'm going for that first place tomorrow. So let's go over and see what the Relentless set is and what it specifically does. So a prime example of this is Sal of the Drakes. I made a video a couple of weeks ago. Fantastic video on Sal of the Drakes. Go check it out if you haven't already. Makes her an immense carry for dungeons, faction wars, Minotaur, everywhere. Very quickly, we press here. Let's go on the upgrade tab here. Press the I, and we can see all the information about all sets here available within the game. And we're gonna go all the way down to the Relentless set, just so we can read the whole text, because this section actually has more information than what you see in the main page. So here it is. The Relentless set grants the champion an 18% chance of getting an extra turn immediately after their turn. Though heavily dependent on luck, this is an extremely powerful artifact set. It's good fit for almost any champion. If you have a poor champion such as buffer or debuffer, you usually want them to cycle their turns and use their skills as often as possible. No other sets gives them this ability. And then it says, guys, once an extra turn occurs, the chance of getting a consecutive extra turn drops by 45% each time, as follows: 18%, then it goes down to 9.9%, 5.5, and so on. So it has a diminishing returns in terms of how often you can proc those, but it still can happen, and it's just so funny when it does through just the Relentless set. I just want to note that this 18% chance does not stack on top of other chances. For example, on my Rotos has by his own a 25% chance to grant an extra turn. It used to be a case that he could stack those extra turns and actually get 2 extra turns immediately, but then this Relentless set got fixed, and now it does what it's supposed to do. So Rotos has a 25% chance to get an extra turn. If that does not happen, then his Relentless set chance is going to come into play. That's an 80% chance. And if that does not happen, he won't get an extra turn. But if it does happen, he just get that extra turn. And the same thing with his A1. He won't get 2 extra turns. That was a very recent change, I think about 3 months ago. The way that you know it, that's how it works right now. And I don't think they'll change it again. Relentless set is just a fantastic set. And I think it's definitely worth it on champions that had very low cooldowns instead of longer cooldowns. So for example, Rotos is great with that Relentless set because his A3 has a 3 turns cooldown. His A2 has a 2 turns cooldown, so he's great when he gets that extra turn. He can cycle through them so fast, and especially when he's got high speed, it makes him a huge threat to the enemies. The same thing with Sal of the Drakes. She's got very low cooldowns. This is a 3 turn cooldown of an AoE double hitting attack that can stun enemies at a 35% chance, which is huge in terms of control. And that's why Sal of the Drakes becomes so great. Another great example of the Relentless set is, of course, where is my beloved Armiger? Where did I put him in the vault? My beloved Armiger, guys, is another prime example of a perfect candidate for a Relentless set. And I will show you, of course, some gameplay of the Relentless set and why you should use it. So a 2 turns cooldown for his A2 skill, which is a max enemy HP damaging skill. Of course, when he does proc it, it's so great because he also, if he doesn't go in with his A2, he can still go with his A1, which is another great skill, which just decreases the turn meter by 30%. So I have videos of him before where he procs it 3 times in a row and reduces the enemy's turn meter completely just by that 30%, 30%, 30%. It's just so great to see. Of course, it doesn't happen always, but that's how the set works. On the other hand, guys, a few champions out there that do not really go so well with the Relentless set, even though you can still use it on them, is one of them, Bad Alcazar. Bad Alcazar has a very low cooldown on his A2, which is the poison cleanse ability, and also provides a continuous heal buff to everyone. I do not think that Bad Alcazar is a prime example of a champion to use Relentless set on, just because of how bad he is when he does not have that available. He just takes an extra turn and does an AoE on his A1, which hits very bad. So having him with the Relentless set means that you miss out on other sets that you could use for item sets. So for example, I would miss out on my Stalwart bonus here, and that will make him much squishier and cause him to die more often. So a Stalwart set is much more beneficial to him in the long run throughout so many runs. And also he can also farm the Dragon 20 with this set with huge ease and not having to worry about unlucky runs. Another great example, guys, of a champion that is not recommended to go for that Relentless set is, of course, Ray. Ray is another champion with huge cooldowns on her skills. We look at that. She's fully booked, a 6 turn cooldown on that A3 and then a 4 turn cooldown on that A2. Just getting that extra turn is, of course, going to give you another chance to go with that A2. It's going to be great when it happens, but because of those long cooldowns, Ray would not be the best champion to have those kind of gears instead of having maybe a Savage set or maybe 3 Cruel sets, which would give her the huge burst that you need for the fight to not go the longer route. Because the longer the fight goes, the more dependent they will be on their cooldowns coming back up, and she has a 6 turn and a 4 turn cooldown. So I would think that Relentless set is not a match for her, and that's why I have her for my own purposes with just 2 Cruel sets. I think I had her with 3 Cruel sets, probably changed something recently. So guys, now we're gonna go in the Ice Golem. This is my all Relentless team that I've created just for you guys to see how strong those extra turns are gonna be. Just because I wanted to do like just a showcase of the Relentless set, I thought, okay, maybe I shouldn't just show Rotos, I should show everybody that I have with the Relentless set. So I even have Lysandra, because she's so crazy when she gets that extra proc after her A3 and gets an extra proc in terms of reducing the turn meter through her A2. We've got, of course, my Venus, which is my clan boss champion, so she does need a Relentless set. Apothecary is another great champion who is so good with the Relentless set. So his speed boost, 3 turns, he's already at 250 speed, so he gets those turns all the time. His heal becomes like he becomes like an ambulance, healing all the time. And then, of course, my Armiger that I explained why he's so good with it. So we'll go in and see how much fun this kind of setup is in the Ice Golems 20. So let's be very careful of looking at those extra turns and see See, we got one there on Rotos. Immediately, he gains another extra turn from his kill. We get an extra turn from Armiger. And then speed boost there. But I want you guys to be looking at those extra turns. Of course, Rotos has his own extra turns. There's Lysandra with that extra turn. We go 27 seconds to reach the boss. Extra turn there from Venus. Extra turn there from Rotos. Another extra turn from his A3. And then I just haven't seen Apothecary yet get an extra turn. There's Armiger with the extra turns, reducing the turn meter. And 53 seconds to reach the boss. That's not a bad time. Of course, this is not my best time. A2, that's what we need. And here we actually need Armiger to get the kill. Nope. We couldn't get it, unfortunately. There's the extra turn. HP burn on everyone. Come on. We need that block revive there to do a really good time with this kind of setup. But those extra turns just make it so crazy. Everybody cycles through their skills, and it showcases how strong this set is. And of course, Venus is with that set because in the clan boss situation, she just needs to take those extra turns to do as much damage as she can because she's on the Bad Eater setup, which makes her being unkillable all the time when the boss is hitting. So she is fine just taking those extra turns when it's her turn to go. So this team started dying, but Rotos with those extra turns will definitely get this going. I don't think we'll have an issue here. Get the ambulance going from Apothecary. Look at those. There's the extra turn. And we should do it just with Rotos. I mean, he is the safety always in the Ice Golems dungeon because he stacks out his A2, gets a ton of HP. It makes it like impossible for the boss to beat him, especially now with the Apothecary in there. So we'll do it in about 2 minutes 30 with no issues. Look at that extra turn, boost, and then heal up immediately. It's so good. And that's it, basically. There we go. 2 minutes 36. Just showcasing those extra turns. It wasn't a showcase of a fast team. Just how the Relentless set can make your each individual champion do way more than usual and make it a ton of fun to actually have them in that set. And why you should always try to compete with others. Of course, you shouldn't go out of your way to buy packs just to get those Relentless set if you're not a spender. If you're a spender, then it's much easier and you probably aren't even looking at this video. So guys, thanks a lot for watching this video. Reminder for that giveaway at the end of the month. Thanks a lot guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. See ya.